So you've discovered the art of photography and you've honed your skills. So you're probably wondering, how can I earn money as a photographer? There's quite a few lesser known ways that a photographer can actually earn money. It doesn't matter if you're getting your portfolio all set up or struggling to find the work that you're ready for. This video will help you figure out how to earn money as a photographer. Let's roll the intro. So welcome back to another video, guys. I hope you're all doing safe and well. It's nice to meet you. If we're just meeting, my name is Connor Wells. I am a photographer, videographer and podcast producer, and I make videos about that every single week. So if that's what you're into, consider subscribing. Now in today's video, I'm going to be going over 10 tips on how you can earn money as a photographer. And some of them you may not have actually thought of before. So let's get into it. Tip number 1, you can sell your prints. If you practice enough, there's a good chance you've taken some amazing shots by now. So good, in fact, that people are going to want to buy them. So why not start selling prints? The easiest way is selling photos online for a third-party seller. This way, the third-party company does all the legwork. They'll process the order, actually make the print and send out the print to the customer. And in return, they send you a commission. One of the best places to sell prints is Etsy. This is a website that offers creatives and people who are selling physical products a place to actually sell those products. And the cost for making a listing is less than $1. So it's actually one of the most cost-effective ways to start selling products. Tip number 2, pursue wedding photography. So many photographers prefer to go down the wedding photography route. But why? This niche has the potential to make you a lot of money as a photographer, and for good reason. The stress, planning and the amount of work you have to do is absolutely immense. Not only are the financial benefits high, but it's also such a rewarding job. Not only are you capturing great photos, but you get to be part of one of the happiest days of some people's lives. But doing wedding photography, there's a lot of pressure, and I can understand why some photographers don't always feel ready and up to doing wedding photography. So here's a few alternatives so you can get a feeler of what it's actually like. Work as a second shooter, photograph engagement shoots, create a stylized shoot, i.e. a fake wedding, or photograph the rehearsal. Tip number 3, license through Flickr and Getty Images. Flickr helps thousands of people every day to start making money from their photos. If you have a Flickr account, you can now license your photos through Getty Images. So when people see those photos and think, I want to use that photo, they can pay for that photo and you start earning money. Tip number 4, sell on stock photography websites. We've all heard of stock photography websites before, and we've all seen stock photography photos before, and it's like what Getty is doing with Flickr. But how do you make money from stock photography? You can sit around and wait for people to find your photos, or you could sell those photos online by submitting them to stock photography websites for people to pay for. You can add keywords. For example, if you've taken a picture of some donuts, you can tag donuts and food, so it makes it easier for people to find the photos that they're looking for. Companies are always looking for stock photos and really high quality photos on stock sites to use for their social media and their website, and often works out a lot cheaper for these companies to pay for those photos rather than booking an entire photo shoot with a photographer. And when I say buy those photos, I actually mean license. They do not actually own the photo, but they have the license to use it. You can sell photos time and time again and actually make a really good living just by selling your photos online. Tip number 5, try real estate photography. Another great way as a photographer is to offer your services to a real estate agent or an interior designer, but determine who you actually want to work with. The first step in pursuing real estate photography is look around at local photography rates and have a look at some examples and samples of real estate photography. You'll then need to create your own package, which should include a rate sheet, a contract and other details to make sure the whole process goes smoothly. Tip number 6 is assist other photographers. If you're wanting to earn money as a photographer but don't feel you're quite there yet to pursue and start getting your own jobs and clients, you could try assisting other photographers who are a little bit more experienced than yourself at that point of your career. Assisting other photographers is one of the best ways to start gaining experience and start earning money fast. But keep in mind, you will need a strong and broad portfolio if you're expecting to shoot, for example, weddings. The hardest part is finding people who are willing to pay you the money you want for the work that you're good at. So I suggest taking some time and looking around at the local photographers in your area who are actively working. Simply shoot them an email or send them a DM on Instagram and ask them if they're looking for a photography assistant for a shoot. One thing I did when I was just first starting out is I would offer to be their assistant for a shoot for free, and if you're any good, they'll more than likely ask you to come back. Tip number 7 is start teaching. Getting into a rather competitive market takes a lot of hard work and determination. If you don't want to be constantly fighting for clients and other jobs, then I strongly suggest you get into teaching photography. Because let's face it, not everybody can learn from the internet. And there's me saying that as I'm posting a YouTube video. If you have the ability to teach and you have the knowledge and know your way around the camera, reach out to some people who may want to get into photography and teach them one-on-one. Or alternatively, if you do want to do things online, you could host like a little webinar on your website or through Zoom. A good photography teacher can make a good living teaching photography, whether it's one-on-one classes or really big group sessions. Tip number 8 is share all of it on social media. Instagram is a great source of inspiration for good photography, but you can also use Instagram to make money by selling your photos. You can supply your images to businesses and blogs that are constantly in need of photos. Many photographers sell the images that they post on their page. All they do is add a link when posting, which will direct you to a third-party site where you can actually license that photo to use yourself. Tip number 9, and I think this is the most underrated and lesser known one, is enter photography competitions. Don't believe your skills are good enough to win a photography contest? Think again. It's not just experts who enter and win these photography contests. The contestants you'll be competing with will usually be a mix of photographers with different levels of experience and expertise. So don't be afraid to enter and try your luck. After all, what do you have to lose? Even if you don't win any of like the cash prizes or giveaways and stuff, you'll get a lot of experience. It'll be a good confidence boost, and you might even get a bit of exposure as well. As much as I hate saying the exposure word, it is good sometimes. And number 10, do shoots for clients. Ideally, you need to have your own studio or the budget to rent out a studio space to be able to offer photo shoots. However, many clients also prefer outdoor or location shoots. So even if you don't have a studio space yet, there is so many opportunities for photo shoots for clients. So here's a list of some photo shoots you can actually do right now. Maternity photo shoots, newborn photo shoots, pet photo shoots, family portraits, headshots, real estate photos for ads, and boudoir photo shoot. There are so many different variations and types of photo shoots you can do for clients, but it also really helps to find a niche that you really are passionate about. So for example, if you are really into food photography, really push on social media that you're a food photographer. Reach out to local restaurants and bars and cafes and say, I'm a food photographer, let's book a shoot. So those are my 10 tips to how to make money as a photographer. I really hope those 10 tips help you on your photography journey. If you got some value from this video, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video right over there.